Ah, we're live. Well, hello, hello, hello. Usually, Kidd does the introductions. The last couple of times, he's left it to mostly me, but this time his oxygen is just struggling. His lungs are struggling a little bit. His oxygen is a little low, and so he's going to conserve his breath for something he just has to say. So.
Use sign language.
Exactly. Like those.
So
There we go. Didn't take much.
Joe Biden's lies.
So we're so glad that you're all with us today. Please share and let your people know that we're live with Maria and Diane, and yeah, because it's been a while since YouTube has been letting people know, but we're also streaming on my Facebook and Rumble and
Twitter.
on Twitter too. Yeah.
Tweet.
Gosh, I have like 15,000 people. I've been growing Twitter for a long time, but don't hardly know anyone on there. So, how should I start off?
Well, first, I would like to say, family, thank you so much for being here. It is an honor to be able to host another show with both Diane and Maria Benardis. They have been such a big support in the healing, growth, and the journey that I've been going through at this moment. As you guys know, I'm on a cancer diet, and it's not only affecting my cancer, but it's also helping with my ascension growth. And I could tell, and I notice that my connection to my higher self, the connection to my guides, have been much stronger, and my personality is really changing in being more aware and conscientious of what I'm going through, what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, especially with what I'm eating. Because most of the time when I eat something that I shouldn't be eating, but I eat it anyways, I have an instant reaction and we're like, no, we're not going there.
So he had 2 appointments in the last 2 days. The first one was the oncologist, and after she was glowing with all of her praise for happiness with Kidd in the direction he's going, I asked her, I said, so you said that chemotherapy will help the cancer to go away faster. Would you want to bring that on the table for discussion? And she said, absolutely not. First thing, chemo, it tanks the immune system, and it disrupts so much in the body, and that is an absolute last resort. What I see with Kidd is that he's healing so well. His immune system is doing what needs to be done. So no, that is not going to be on the table. And then his other doctor came in and said, wow, you look better. And it was like this surprise, and it was certain reactions and words behind the words that were said that I was telling Kidd, I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it was written in your chart, terminal. And now they're like, oh, that's not happening. So when I said, he goes, what are you doing? And I said, so you want to know what we're doing to get this change? And he goes, yes, tell me. So it was that curiosity, like, how are you doing this? How did you turn them around from terminal to this, functioning and beautiful, and his color is coming back, yes. And so I mentioned about Maria Benardis and who she is, and all of them, how she's been on, I don't know if you guys knew this, but she's been on really famous cooking shows. Did you guys know that? Did you know that she has a book that you can purchase off Amazon? 2 of them. 2 books that you could purchase off Amazon. And when I called her and said, this is what's going on with Kidd, she has been there every step of the way with support, as well as offering what she has learned through her journey. Did you know that she lost half a lung and grew it back? Did you know that?
3/4, actually.
I mean, this woman is incredible. And she is at our fingertips, not just ours, but yours. Just incredible. And so I called her up one day, and we'd gotten through the worst of it. And I said, so now Kidd is like, my diet's very limited. And I said, for someone who wants to be a chef, it's not working. It's not working. So he goes, she says, now we're going to have to fix that. And so she started to tell me all this stuff. And this stuff is like in her brain. She just rattles it off. And I'm like, whoa, grab a pen. I'm writing it down. And it's just incredible. So that's why she's here today. She's here to share with us how she helped Kidd with his cancer diet. And how
Helping,
we got,
not
yes,
helped.
helping. Yes, yes, the now.
Because I'm still on it.
Right?
Yeah. Small steps. It's all small steps. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for having me on your show today. I actually want to give all credit to Mother, Father, God, and Jesus Christ, and Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary, because they are the energy beings that guide me and actually have given me all the wisdom and access to the Akashic records, because all my knowledge I know comes from them, and them guiding me to access my Akashic records from my past lives, because I've been a healer also in ancient Greece, and this is why in this lifetime I came to having parents that are both Greek, because I had to remember how I healed people in ancient Greece and bring that here for the now. So everything that I impart is the ancient Greek way of healing. Why ancient Greek? Because the ancient Greeks lived beyond 250. And a lot of people don't know that. And really what they practiced is what we're going to discuss today. But I did also want to add, and then over to you, it's very important, although today we're going to focus on nutrition, which is basically the food element, it's very important that we're also at the same time focusing on the mind, and we've had discussions on this with affirmations and all sorts of things, and focusing on the spirit. Because what I found with my experience, because I've lost all my family from cancer, I'm the only survivor from cancer, is for me the main issue, although I was doing everything that we're about to discuss today, it was my mind that was causing it. So we need to find the cause, okay, because there's no point in eating all the nutrition. And what I learned from speaking to a lot of cancer patients and also clients, that I have, cancer is a result of anger. Okay, so cancer equals anger. So that's what God said to me back then. And I said, where is this anger coming from? And for me, it was very easy. It was my father. I was very angry towards my father because he abused me as a child. And it was like, why is my own father doing all this to me? So I really resented him and hated him, and I couldn't forgive him. And so what I noticed is when I actually worked very hard to forgive him, and I didn't do it for him, I didn't speak to him again, put it that way, I did it for me. Just something unleashed. So the first thing that I want to say is just to put a qualifier that this is, the nutrition is not the only part we need to look at. There is also the spirit, there is also the mind. And cancer always, I'm telling you, with everybody I've worked with that has cancer, it is an anger towards yourself. I had a lot of anger towards myself, oh my God, or towards someone else. Like I was angry because it was like, I'm young, I shouldn't have cancer, so I got angry with myself. So I just want to put that out there for anybody that has any illness. You really need to look at what emotion is causing that needs to be healed, and then do everything else that we're going to discuss. And affirmations certainly help, and I know Kidd does a lot of those, and we touched on that. And of course a lot of other therapies, for example oxygen therapy. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of light therapy, and this is why I wear this X39 patch. That's ancient Greek light therapy that they used to do. Okay, and again, let's not forget ASEA. You touched on immune support. Immune and DNA support comes from ASEA. Okay, the light therapy products do completely different thing. They're inbuilt age reversal, and also detox the cells, regenerate the cells, reverse damage, and regenerate new ones. Because what cancer does is it's killing the cells. So we need to detox them and keep them healthy. So I just wanted to put that in there so that people don't think that's the only thing we need to do, which is what we're talking about today. So I just wanted to put that into perspective, because I have found with clients that deal on one thing only and don't deal with the other two, guess what? They heal it and they get it back. And I'll give you an example. My sister, I helped her heal it, and then she hadn't dealt with the anger issue with my father. Guess what? It all came back. And then again, and she wasn't dealing with the anger, it came back. So do you see that there's a cycle? So we need to stop that cycle by also dealing with the mind and the spirit. And so I just wanted to put that in there. That's all. So over to you, Kathy.
So as for the affirmations, my stars, my guides, they told me, okay, you need to stop all informations and just focus upon these 3 words. And what I've been saying is, I'm living a perfect and healthy lifestyle while making $30,000 a month. So I'm focusing upon finance, health, and lifestyle. What I want my lifestyle to be, and you don't have to be specific. You could just be broad. I want it to be perfect. It'll be your perfectness, what you dream as a perfect lifestyle, what you dream as a healthy lifestyle, and then how much that you would like for the finance to come in if you're having having financial issues, which I am, because I'm not working.
Yes, and it's interesting. I have to add to that. This is very much a light worker issue. For someone that was, a tax lawyer, I should really be owning my own place and have a shitload of money. But I was the type of person that always gave my money away to help others. So every time I earned it, it was I'd be, you want to go on a holiday? Here it is. I'm taking everybody out to dinner. It's interesting. It's an interesting thing, isn't it? So what I find is a lot of light workers, because we don't put emphasis on money. I'm someone that never put emphasis on money. It was always, my emphasis has always been to help people heal. And sometimes that has been to the detriment of myself and looking after myself. So now I am doing very similar to you. I'm actually calling in the money. Something I've never done before, because it's always been give, and it's now, well, you know what? Now it's time for Maria to receive. I'm entitled to be able to have a roof over my head and be able to pay my rent. I'm entitled to be able to have to not worry about money and have food on the table. So
Absolutely.
So yes, it is a light worker issue, and it tends to be an issue with the people that are here of service and on a very high vibrational frequency. We tend to put money as a last thing on our plate for some reason.
I
And
agree.
and this is why I'm very thankful and grateful for everybody that's watching this, because I know we have a lot of people that watch both our videos. For anybody that's purchased any of our products or donated or whatever, heartfelt thank you, because they're the ones that really make our work possible.
It's true.
Really. Otherwise, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be doing any videos or giving any free information out there. It's like I'd have to go and get a 9-to-5 job, cabal job. Let's face it.
Exactly.
You know, to kind of flip back to the emotional part of what the cancer is, being on this cancer diet, I can most definitely say, yes, it is anger and hatred for me. Because I've had a lot of self-hatred, but I've also had a lot of anger issues towards my family because of all the abuse that I've been through. And then all of the other stuff of the being trafficked and all that. That was fun. All those emotions came up, and then this hit me right after those memories came back into my experience. If you notice, I was kind of downgrading slowly, but right after the memories started coming back in July, that's when it truly hit.
It sure did.
Did you process any of those emotions and memories?
I thought I did. I really thought I processed them and didn't allow it to bother me, but there is the subconscious and unconsciousness that is still running in the back of the mind without our consciousness knowing, which is still dwelling upon.
Yes,
All of
that's
those
what
memories.
happened to me. I totally relate to you, Kidd, because that's what happened to me. I thought I had processed with all that abuse that had happened to me, and I was always a happy person, high vibe. No one knew that anything had happened to me. No one. Everybody thought Maria's the most positive person, and then all the stuff started happening. 2 years in hospital. Cut this out. Cut parts of the left breast out. Blah, 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 the cancer and everything else. And that's when God said to me, you haven't dealt with anything, Maria. And so my body had to produce this terrible situation for me to pay attention to the fact that I had to heal that. Do you see how the body works sometimes? It screams out for attention. So one of the things I also wanted to say is cancer is the way for the body to heal. So cancer is not a bad thing, everybody. Cancer is the body and the cells, this is the cells in particular, crying out for help and saying, help me, digest those emotions, but at the same time, feed me with nutrition, feed me with a good mind, affirmations, thoughts, whatever, and fill my spirit with faith and belief that I'm going to heal. And I tell you what, that was the best thing that ever happened to me, that illness, because it made me the amazing person that I am today, and that's what it's going to make you.
That's very true.
So Anne has a comment. She says, how do you approach a friend with cancer and show them these organic ways of healing without interfering with their life path? And just share with her what you know and do it respectfully so that she can make the choice.
That's a
might
really
want
good
to
question.
refer them to a video. So, for example, oh my goodness me, this video, I've done so many videos on cancer with doctors, speaking about diet, speaking about alternative things that people could be doing. So you may want to say, hey, this is a very interesting video. You might want to watch this.
I think there's one out there called Cancer Saved My Life. One out there that there was a video called Cancer Saved My Life.
There's so
And
many.
it was somebody
Want me to
with
turn it
some
off?
crazy stage 4 cancer, and then he started doing what all of you are doing.
I don't understand.
Yeah. And I posted one just last week. So happiness is living cancer-free and healthy. healthy options for a life disease-free and beating cancer. And this is a doctor with a patient
Oh, wow.
who was about to die, and she goes through her journey, and it includes nutrition and it includes, you know, some other things there. So there are so many. So I guess what I'm saying is take whatever video resonates with you, and thank you for that great suggestion. So it needs to be subtle. So you can't. So I'll take my sister as an example. She refused to listen to me. Oh yes, Maria, your health and wellness. But you know, when I approached it in a different way, like for example, you know, something I discussed, you know, with Candy. You know how I did it? Oh, you know, Katina, I'm taking this amazing nutrition range, and it tastes like a lollipop. I'm going to send it to you. It's made me feel full of energy, and you know, it's helped other people with their health because she wasn't very good at eating her nutrition. And I sent her, you know, this nutrition range, and guess what? She says, "Oh, Maria, this is really yummy. I don't know what it's doing to my body, but gee, I'm feeling more energy. I'm feeling so much better, and I'm not getting, you know, that nausea feeling or whatever." So you see, it's got to be done in a subtle way, everybody. So have you heard of this? What do you think, Kidd and Candy? Never in their face, never in their face, Diane, I believe, yeah.
Oh, aren't we tired of being sold? Yes. Yes, and we are always looking for the lies, because now we know we've been lied to so much. And so, yeah, we're super sensitive. And now that we're all on our journeys of awakening in many different, you know, we're at different paths. You can't lie to someone who is connected. We feel the lie, the energy of it.
Yeah.
So we have to be very respectful and allow people to make their choices, even if it hurts them. We've all done it. And you know what, Maria? This is in no way reflection of what you just shared, but I want people to know that you have to be very careful. There's a lot of products coming out. And we were trying a new product, and Kidd got so tired right after this one, and he just did not feel great. And I said, "What's in there?" And I picked it up, and there was sugar.
Oh,
And I said, "What the fuck?
yes.
This is supposed to be healthy. Sugar feeds cancer. Hello."
Yes, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I said, "No,
Amy?
no more of that."
Yeah, we do have to be careful. And it's interesting, I do go around and put this stuff up. Like, we had a big festival, and they were selling, you know, taffy and all sorts of stuff. I'm picking up the packets, and it's corn syrup, corn syrup, corn syrup. It's a bit like those energy drinks. I don't know if you've noticed that they give protein shakes, that they give, like, the elderly or people in hospitals. They've all got corn syrup in them and all this crap. And I'm like, and you give this to people in hospitals and sell it as healthy nutrition? So we must read our labels, absolutely. And I don't know if I've said this. Do you know how many people I have had approach me as a health and wellness coach to sell stuff? I have not been doing this for 3 years, everybody. Surprise, surprise. Maria's been a health and wellness coach for over 15 years. 5 years, not 3 years. And, you know, I do my due diligence, and I do use myself as a guinea pig as well. And I use my sister as a guinea pig with this nutrition range. And, you know, when I saw the amazing progress, because she just does not eat lots of fruit and vegetables raw every single day. And this was a good way. And then her husband, who doesn't eat any fruit and vegetables, was putting this in his shakes. So it was good. He was onto it. So yes, I do agree with you. And this is why on my particular website, you will not find a lot of products. I could have a whole e-store of 200 plus products. I don't. Because a lot of them I've done my due diligence, and I've said no because it's got this, it's got that. Thank you very much. Oh, we'll increase your commission, Maria. I'm not interested. I'm not doing this to make money. And the few products that I have are because I use them, they work for me, they work for my clients, and really, if it resonates with you, take the ASEA. If it resonates with you, put on, the X39. If it resonates with you, take the, if it doesn't, it's okay. No one's forcing anybody. So that's shocking. Did you say something to them about that sugar? I would
Yep.
say something.
Yep, I sure did, and no response.
I just want to say something really quick, and I know none of us are going to be really shocked by it, but people need to understand when you have someone in the hospital. My father was in the hospital recently for almost 3 weeks, and diabetic, took blood pressure medicines, and they would bring him pudding, fruit cups with that crap in it. Well, we drained the juice out. It's still on it. And then they would give him this thing of margarine.
Oh my gosh.
And I held up the I just about smashed it, and I'm like, I said, you're serving margarine in a hospital and saying this is heart healthy? I said, this is totally poison to the whole entire system. I said, it turns to plastic in the stomach, and they all looked at me like, huh? Zero.
Yeah. Diane, you have to remember that when I first became a qualified health and wellness coach 15 years ago, I actually studied with medical doctors in this course. So, because I wanted to understand the medical side, but because I had studied the ancient holistic side and marry the two. And one of the things these doctors said to me is the reason why we put this course together, this was in Australia, was because no doctor in Australia or America is taught nutrition. It's not in there.
It's like
So they don't know. So they think everything that is out there on the shelf is good for the body. Otherwise, you wouldn't have those toxic shakes with GMOs being given to people in hospital, or the margarine, or anything you've just said. So in a way, I mean, the whole Rockefeller medical system has been rigged for people to be unhealthy and to be sick. And the hospitals are no exception. I remember when I was in hospital for 2 years, my family was bringing in food, prepared meals for me, and salads. I said, I'm not eating any, and I was in a private hospital, by the way, and it was still all crap food. I said, I'm not eating this. Bring me this, bring me that.
Yeah, it's insane. The stuff I saw him eat. I wouldn't have fed it to my dog. I doubt my dog would have eaten it.
I'm sure not. Yeah. So this is why nutrition is so important, because not only that, none of us are taught any of this at school either. This is why we don't know it.
It's the lie pyramid, the pyramid of lies.
Exactly. Whereas God, Mother, Father, God said to me, the structure of food and eating is not a pyramid, it's a circle. And that's what my whole course that I put together is based on. There's layers of an onion. And one of them is high vibrational food, high vibrational mind, high vibrational spirit, energy. So it's layered. And he said, this is an agape. Love is in the center. Love is always in the center. Always. Because if you're vibrating on every single layer of the onion on a high vibration, guess what? Disease can't enter the body. It doesn't enter the body. So Maria tomorrow could take a poison deliberately and I would not be affected. Because my vibration is so high. My body would detox it with everything that I'm doing, the routine. You see, this is the level that we can get to. And this is where Kidd is getting to. He's starting to vibrate every single level, including nutrition, which is important for the cell, that he's going to get to a level where the cancer is just going to shrink and get out of his body. So it's going to say, there's not a home here. There's no home here for me anymore.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's super exciting.
I decided that I was going to do this cancer diet with Kidd. And the reason I'm doing that is because I wanted to inspire Kidd, especially when he had those moments of wanting to sneak something he shouldn't be eating and going through that. Well, if Mom can be strong through that, then I can do it too. And there's none of those excuses. Well, Mom, you can eat anything you want. But I'm not. And then there was the, yeah, but you don't have to. Yes, I do. And he asked, why? And I said, well, because I've got the diabetes. I've got other things that are going on that need to be healed as well. So why not? Why not do this with you?
Yeah.
It's necessary. Half of my eyebrows are gone. That's not normal.
No.
I should have full-on eyebrows like you, Maria.
Yes. And I keep having to tweeze. I'm always tweezing, and then they're growing so quickly. But listen, I want people to look at me and as validation that you can heal anything.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, it was interesting yesterday. I went to do a Lionsgate ceremony here further down at Kapiolani Park, opposite the Waikiki Beach. And you're not going to believe this synchronicity. A friend that I haven't seen from Australia for 10 years, meanwhile, I haven't seen her, turned up. And she said, my flight was cancelled. I didn't know what to do tonight. And I was guided to come here, and I know why, to see you. And she said to me, you look 20 years younger to the last time I saw you, which was 10 years ago. She says, I cannot believe it. She says, what are you doing? Guys,
Wow.
It's everything I talk about here, everything I talk about in my video. It's interesting because people look at you on camera and think, oh, she must have lighting, she must have shades. And then when they meet me in person, they're like, oh my God, you're better in person than on camera. It's like flawless skin, this, that. So what I'm trying to say, even though I had all these dreaded diseases and they aged me, they did age me, and there was a lot of terrible things like what you're talking about that happened to me, Candi, but guess what? I reversed it all. And I got my hair back full, and it's growing quicker, and I got my beautiful eyebrows back. So what I'm trying to say, it doesn't matter where people are at.
Right.
It doesn't matter where they're at.
It's very true.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I'm starting to notice all of that. I'm starting to notice big changes. There's changes in the size of my body. There's changes in my skin. There's changes in my mouth. I always had this like growth of stuff on the inside of my teeth, like what do they call that, plaque? And I pulled out my dental tools and I was flicking it off and it came off so easy. And then it was like all of that is starting to disappear, and just so many changes. It's amazing. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it.
Yeah, because you know what? Because you're returning back to the diet that the Bible discusses in Genesis. Like all the healing and the diet that we need to be eating was discussed in Genesis. And also Jesus Christ, and I have covered this, it's a suppressed scroll, and it's a video I did 2 years ago. Even Jesus Christ spoke about what we should be eating. And one of the things he emphasized was not to cook food. And he said, if you must cook it, you know how he used to cook the bread? He used to wait for the midday sun, get a nice piece of rock, and put the bread on there and let the sun cook it. That's the way they cooked in ancient times and in ancient Greece. Not with gas stoves, not with electrical heat, because all of that kills the food, and there's absolutely very little nutrition left. So you could be eating bowls and bowls of cooked fruit and vegetables, but you ain't getting the nutrition.
It's true.
And this is what I find with a lot of the clients that I work with. I'm eating a lot of fruit and vegetables, Maria. It's like, how are you having it? Like they cook the banana in a frying pan with honey and whatever else. It's finished. So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying don't have cooked food. It's like you gotta balance it out and have some raw, but do it in an interesting way so that it's not always salads. And we'll discuss some ideas in a minute. But even Jesus Christ said, and he was completely vegetarian, and he was only vegetarian by virtue of the fact that they put sheep's milk in the flat bread. So it wasn't that he drank milk or ate cheese or ate eggs. It was because virtue of the sheep's milk that was put in the bread, and therefore categorized as vegetarian. His diet was very simple. Of the bread, as I said, done that way in the sun, and this is how he showed people to cook. Yes, he was also a cooking teacher, everybody, and they did not tell us. He showed people how to cook that way with the sun, and this is going to be our future way of cooking, everybody. Induction with the sun, that's what we're getting towards. And, as Genesis said, behold, this is 129, I have given you every plant yielding seed. They told us how to heal disease. The seeds, everybody. The seeds. Now, as me and Candy have discussed before, you can't eat an apricot seed, so you have to get it in a format, that it's edible. So, for example, that's what stuck in my mind, and I thought, how do I find a company that does the seeds? And I found one that puts all the seeds from fruit and vegetables and different things in little packages, and all you do is sift them. So very important. So when you eat your apple, everybody, eat the seeds as well. Mm-hmm. When I have papaya, guess what? I eat at least 50% of the black seeds as well. I put a lot of lime on it, okay, just to mask some of that flavor, but now I've acquired the taste and I eat it. So eat the seeds, very important. So never buy grapes that are seedless. They've been genetically modified to make us sick. I don't care if they've got the label organic on them.
Same with watermelon.
I look for fruits with seeds, and sometimes it's very difficult to find them.
Very difficult.
Yeah. So,
Go ahead.
no, you go ahead, Diane.
I was just going to say, in Hawaii, they make an amazing salad dressing with papaya seeds. So, that's the way I put papaya seeds in, was the salad dressing.
Yes, yes. And another very important fruit that I would recommend for anybody with cancer, which does amazing things, is soursop.
Mm-hmm.
Soursop, very important, and it's the most delicious fruit to just eat like that. So if you can search it out in an Asian store, I would highly recommend you put that on your top of your fruit. It kills the cancer cells, and it's actually my favorite fruit.
S-O-U-R-S-O-P. Soursop.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
And
it's my pronunciation. I'm sorry to be screaming.
it comes in a tea as well.
It took us a long time to find that tea. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yes, but if you can actually get the fruit, it's like more potent.
Sure.
And we're very lucky here in Hawaii because they grow it abundantly. A lot of tropical fruit from Asia they grow here. So it's one of those things that I go like on Saturdays to the market, and it's one of the things, and dragon fruit that I buy, along with pineapple for vitamin C, very important. Make smoothies. What I do is I've got organic coconut milk, and I get fresh coconut, and I put it in my little blender, and I blend fresh coconut and coconut milk. Fresh pineapple and coconut milk, amazing smoothie. It's like you're having a pina colada. It's like you're having alcohol, but you're not. And I put my little umbrella at the top. And it's like, I'm serious. And it's when everyone's having their other cocktails, I'm having, my pineapple and, coconut milk. So you can make lots of things interesting. And turn them into like your non-alcoholic cocktail, and at the same time you're like feeding nutrition.
And to go back a little bit to the food pyramid and how Maria said that is the lie of the food pyramid. It's supposed to be the circle. The reason why it's supposed to be the circle is, think about it. Why do they call it the circle of life? Because vegetables and fruits uncooked are life itself. And you are bringing life within the body. Even when you do cook it, it's still going to bring life because it's still alive. It just has less nutrients than what you're going to get with uncooked. So don't think that that you are doing a bad thing by cooking your vegetables and fruits, but just know that there needs to be a balance between the two so you have the nutritional value.
Yeah.
So,
And also how it's cooked is important. Thank you for that. That needed to be said, and I appreciate that you said that. So, for example, if you're steaming, you're still keeping the nutrients.
That's true.
So if you're dehydrating is also another good method to maintain a lot of the nutrition. The worst way you can cook is microwave because it actually causes cancer. So you're putting cancer into anything that you put in the microwave. So I say to people, throw the microwave away. One of the things I do with the microwave, because always when you're renting an apartment there's a microwave, I use it to store my chef's knives. And just, I'm always looking for storage space, so that's what you'll find in my microwave.
I always run into that microwave all the time, right?
Well, we use our microwave
Yeah.
with our washcloths and towels that get stinky. You just fill it up with soap and throw it into the microwave and it cleans it.
So there are uses, just not for your food.
Right.
And whatever else. And again, stir fries is another good way to cook, where you're sort of par cooking those vegetables in sort of the stir fry with the noodles, you see? Now, if you're, of course, braising something and you're like cooking like to a point where it's all mashed potato or whatever, well, you ain't going to get. So it's how much heat have you applied. So I just wanted to make that clear. So I'm not saying to people don't cook, but take kids' advice, balance it out, and, you know, use steaming, use dehydration, use stir frying. Whereas deep frying, I mean, there's just nothing there after you deep fry anything.
So we take shots of vegetable juicing throughout the day. I just juice a lot, and then we'll take shots throughout the day to make sure that it's a continual flow of life that's going through us. And that's helpful too. Someone asks, what are your thoughts on fasting? I have been doing a 24-hour fast a week, and then 17-7.
It's supposed to be 17.5.
Oh, the other 5 days. Go ahead, Maria.
I fast every day for 17 hours. I used to do the fasting of just having juices one day, and I've tried it all. And Mother, Father, God said to me, no, that's not how you do it, and that's not how we do it. You fast every day for at least 17 hours. So what Maria does at about 5, that's assuming I'm not going out to have dinner and my time schedule's out of whack, then I'll adjust for that day and still make sure it's 17 hours starting from that time. So what I do is at about 5 o'clock, Maria will stop eating, full stop. And always my big meals are in the morning. And then I eat less and less and less and less and less. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. You never have big meals at the end of the day. Your big meals need to be your breakfast, lunch, brunch. So I'm really down to 2 meals a day. And then for those other hours, I am having water. Okay, very important because we need to detox. Or I will have organic green tea, as I'm having right now in the Mahalo cup. Because that's really good in detox, and cancer doesn't like green tea. Okay, so that's very important.
Green tea makes you pee
and
too.
drink it all day long. Green tea is very good. So definitely 17 hours, and 17 equals Q, not an accident. That's what God guided me, 17 hours. So absolutely. Now, the only time I will get someone I'm working with to not eat anything at all is if they're really, really sick. And then we will work on something together where they're just on water sometimes. But I don't encourage people to do that unless they're supervised, because some people faint or this and that. So you need to be careful. A bit like the juicing. I've seen people that just have juices and nothing solid, that have never done it before, fainting and having all sorts of withdrawal symptoms because their body's gone into shock because they're really detoxing it too quickly. So we need to be careful. So 17 hours is safe for everybody. And then the rest of the hours, yes, you can eat, you can snack, whatever. And again, another very important thing that I say to people is never drink any liquids when you're eating your meal. Never. That is the worst thing that you can do for your digestion and your immune system. Never drink anything. Even water. You drink water half an hour before you eat, and then you wait at least half an hour to an hour after your meal to drink. Okay? Because that also allows the nutrition and the nutrients to be absorbed by the cells.
I've heard of that before, and I completely forgot about that.
I did too.
You know, when Kidd was in the hospital, was it this last time where they didn't let you eat because they weren't sure what tests they were going to do?
Yeah. That was
Oh,
such
he
torture.
has such a hard time with that. But it went on for what, 3 days?
Oh my God.
Where they didn't let him eat. And he didn't understand it. I did. And I kept trying to encourage him. Okay, this is good for you. It's resetting your cells. This is good for you. And he was just having a really hard time seeing past all of that because his body was suffering so much. And so after all that was done, he says, he got to eat, and he goes, you know what, Mom? He goes, that was really good for my body.
Yeah, a lot of people, I find, if they've never had their body detox, and say, for example, they start the 17-hour fast, or, for example, if I get them to put on one of these patches which detoxes, their body goes into shock. I've had some people actually get rashes all over their body.
Yep.
Wow.
And ring me the next day and say, oh my God, am I dying? What's going on? No, your body's detoxing. So people, we need to be very careful how we detox, and we need to transition into not eating anything or just going on water. So if you want to go and detox and have like a day of just having water, I say start off by doing it a quarter of a day on Monday. And then work yourself up to half a day, maybe 2 days later. So never do anything like all in, you know what I mean, and go crazy, extreme. Do it gradually, you know. Very, very important, because if your body has not done it before, oh my goodness me, of course it's going to go into a shock mode. You're going to feel good about it later, but you know, you may interfere with other organs and cause other damage, is what I'm trying to say. So phase into it and work yourself up to a day. I'm not saying don't do it, but it's how you do it. It's like the juicing. I say to people, don't just launch into 3 days, I'm just going to have juices. Why don't you start with half a day I'm doing juices, and then work with I'm doing juices, for 1 day. You know what I'm saying? Doing half food, half, work it up. Or do, 3/4 juices and then 25% food. So what I'm trying to say is don't work with your body and don't put it into shock mode. It's like changing the petrol on the car and going from the most expensive high quality petrol to the cheapest one. What's going to happen to your car? It's going to break down. It's going to say, what's going on? The same thing happens with the body. So we need to be kind and gentle with it, is what I'm saying.
It took a little while to get the body toxic, so it's going to take a little while so that's when you need to be more patient. You didn't know when you were busy taking in all of this stuff that your body's like, oh my God, I do it. We've all done it. We're all there, and sometimes we're not there. But it's going to, you think, oh, hey, it's this time of year. I think I'll detox today. No, pick a month that you're not going to be doing a whole lot of things, and then plan it in advance. And it won't be that hard. You'll have it already in your mindset.
Yes.
There is.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I just wanted to say there is such a thing as detox crisis, and it could put you in the hospital. So, everyone who's mentioned that is spot on. Yeah. So you gotta really listen to your body.
Balance.
Plus, you don't want to show up to work looking leprous.
Like the way that I looked when I had all those hives all over my body.
Oh, gosh.
I looked like a leper.
Yeah. And that's just your body saying, you're doing something I don't like.
Well, I ate shrimp and rice, which was sushi, and that was when, right before we went to Las Vegas for the Truth Tour.
Yeah. And we need to be very careful speaking on this subject matter. Everybody knows, that I'm vegetarian. It's not a secret. And I call myself vegetarian because I have the occasional egg and a little bit of feta cheese. Otherwise, 99% of my diet is really vegan, and none of that processed meat and crap. Very important that we avoid any sort of raw meat, chicken, fish, because, hi everybody, all of it has parasites. I'm here to tell you that every single chicken, meat, I'm telling you the truth of what I've seen as a health and wellness coach, they all have parasites. If you are not cooking the hell out of any of that, you're eating parasites. And this is why people have gut issues. They have, and cancer feeds on parasites. So if you're going to feed cancer meat, chicken, fish, again, it's like putting sugar. So one of the things that I did when I got sick was got off all of that. I got off anything white. I got off white rice. I got off white bread, flour, anything white pasta, and went more towards sort of the quinoa, the brown rice, that sort of stuff. So very, very important. And as we know, I'm not saying to everybody stop cold turkey, please, it's not what I'm saying. Transition at your own pace, but if you have something severe happening in your body, and it doesn't matter if it's diabetes, it causes inflammation. Meat, sugar, anything white is what causes inflammation. So you cannot say, I'm going to heal from anything, and then you're putting meat, chicken, fish. They are the highest inflammatory stuff that you can put in your body. And then what happens? The cancer thrives. The diabetes thrives. Everything thrives. You know why? Because they thrive on inflammation. And what we need to do is get rid of the inflammation or the acidity, the acidic body, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same. Inflammation, acidic, it's all the same. The only thing that should be acidic in our body is our gut, because it needs acid to do what it needs to do. The rest of our body should not be acidic. It should be alkaline. So very important. If you're going to eat meat and fish, what I'm trying to say here is please do not eat anything half-cooked, medium rare, sushi. This has been the biggest issue with people's health.
It is. I mean, I've eaten sushi for years and years and years, and I'm in the high desert now, and there's only one place here that's actually clean, and they're filthy. And it's like, I'm gonna eat raw fish from people that can't clean the damn plates. I'm sorry. You know what? You've got to. It's the biggest bummer for me. I love sushi. I haven't had it in the longest time, and it's just like, am I gonna detox those worms someday? Because we're doing that parasite detox, and oh my god,
Yeah. Well,
I can't feel like crap. Let me tell you.
Diane, there's some great places that do vegan sushi,
What?
and Yeah, there was an amazing place in New York City that I would go to every week, and they had different sushi combinations with fruit vegetables. I was hooked. I could have lived there, and it tasted better than the one with fish. And it was like no fake meats or anything like that. They were so creative. We have a great one here, vegan sushi, and they've just opened this. It's called Sticks. It's all Asian food, and they're doing black rice with different types of seaweed wrapped up and stuff like that. You would think you were having salmon. So so they're getting really creative now. I would highly urge everybody to look up vegan sushi, and it's high in antioxidants. We all know how much we need seaweed, especially for our thyroid. Very important. And I'm telling you, I'm hooked. I go there, and like for about $2, I can get like a nice big thing of black rice with, different seaweed fillings that they've done, and some of them are sweet. So there are alternatives if we seek them out. And I'm finding a lot of these places starting to open up, like USAY, because they're realizing people with our Ascension, we're going to find that our bodies are going to reject alcohol. They're going to reject meat, chicken. This is how I can tell whether someone is high vibration. Let me tell you. As my Palladian brothers and sisters said to me, Maria, anybody that is eating meat, chicken, flesh, blah, 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 is not vibrating high. Reality check. They think they are, they're not. You know why? Because when you vibrate high, you know what happened to me? I started to throw up. I put a piece of meat, which I used to love, I couldn't. I tried to drink a little bit of alcohol to be social. Guess what? Maria's running to the bathroom. Excuse me, too much information. Major case of diarrhea.
Welcome to the Hershey Squirt Club.
Sorry, everybody. Just don't visualize. But this is what happens. But this is what happened. My body cannot handle it. It's saying your vibration's here, you're putting low vibration. Your vibration, and you know what it does? It goes to detox it straight away, get it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I have that with certain things that I eat, and you can tell the second, 5-10 minutes later, your stomach is just going nuts. And, when you scare the cat, something's wrong.
Oh, dear.
When your stomach is squirreling so much, you can tell that, something's not quite right. So you just have to pay attention to your own body.
Yeah. And probably the top of the food chain food that I would recommend to anybody that has any illness, because really anything I'm talking about here is not just cancer specific. It's for any disease which can be cured, is sprouts. And I grow them at home. So I bought off Amazon my little sprout, I line them up, deck them, and I bought different sprouts. There's a mixture of salad ones, sunflower seeds, and what I do is like on each different level, I do like a different tablespoon of the different packets that I have. And broccoli sprouts, very, very anti-cancerous. The sprouts are more potent than the actual broccoli. Seeds. Yep, the seeds sprout. Again, guys, what is Maria getting back to? Seeds, seeds, seeds. But we're sprouting them and we're still getting the benefit. And I'm telling you, I go and I just eat them like this, like I'm a rabbit. I'm addicted to the greens are detoxifying as well, by the way. So very important. So sprouts, and it's so much fun growing them at home, and they're so inexpensive. Whereas if you go to buy them, they're about like $5 for a little container.
And they're dead in 3 days.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas if you grow them at home, they're in your little stacker, and you can lift it up and pick them like that. Add a little bit of apple cider vinegar or olive oil if you want. A little bit of Hawaiian salt, and eat them. But I highly encourage sprouts. They have the highest vibrational frequency of all food.
Wow.
So what we're trying to do when we have inflammation and illness is increase the vibrational frequency in what we put in our mouth.
I'll be right back.
And sprouts are the highest. highs. So I encourage people to get onto Amazon or wherever they shop and start sprouting. And then of course seeds, very high vibrational frequency, you see? And this is why they try to have seedless grapes, seedless watermelon.
Yeah.
Do you see what they're doing to us?
Yeah. You know, way back in the day, like 45 years ago, when I was managing health food stores and helping people with their health, there was a thing that you could find readily available, and it was watermelon seed tea. You can't even find it anymore.
Yeah. Which,
Hard to find it, and it's amazing for like swelling and
Yeah.
you know, the ankles and the hands and your you know, all the swelling. You just drink the tea, and then for some reason you just like pee it out and it'd be gone, and it would help reverse that issue. But can you find organic watermelon seed tea?
but you can right, but you can actually make it, so that's what I do as well. So if you bought some organic watermelon and just took all the seeds out, ate some, and dried them very slowly in the oven, and then grind it up, and like you do a coffee grinder, you can actually make your own. That's the way I make a lot of our teas as well.
I'm in California, and I know there's a ton of, you know, crappy health food stores that say they're selling health food, but they're still selling seedless, organic, grown in another country, watermelon. And it's like, well, where the hell's just a real frickin' watermelon?
Yes,
This is a real thing.
yes.
It's very frustrating when you know what you know, and you're looking for what you need, and it's nowhere in sight.
Yeah, and I'm going to give a selfish plug, and this is why I take, and people can find on my website, this range. This is called Rain, and it is how I get all my seeds.
It's called Rain Soul.
So yeah, so I get all my reds, all my greens, and they also have black cumin seeds in there. People can find it on my website in my health store. And this is how I get all my seeds. And I've vetted this company. There's no sugar other than the natural from the raspberries and whatever, and there's no GMOs, and every fruit and vegetable that they put in there comes from different countries that have been vetted and then bring it together in the state. So there are ways, and it took me a while to search to find this, and this is what I put my sister on.
Maria, I've been wanting to get together with you so I could offer that to our HVU family as well. So let's do that.
Yep, definitely
Okay.
do that, and definitely we get together and you guys offer that, because I have to tell you, this is what really, how I got the seeds into my system, because you would have to eat a whole watermelon seeds to get what's plus. So this is like having bowls of salads and whatever.
Candy, are you guys taking those now?
No.
Okay.
No, I reached
So
out
guys, if you
to.
want me to, I can send you some of my stock, because I buy it so that you can actually try it, and then we talk to get onto it. But I'm telling you now, this was a saving grace for my sister until she made another bad decision with surgery, and they made her take this, and then that's why I lost my sister, unfortunately. Anyway, we won't go there. So again, I guess what I'm saying to everybody, it's very important that if you look at the Bible and you look at Jesus Christ's teaching, he told us what to eat, and that's how I base what I tell people. Does that make sense? Which is the same as the ancient Greeks. So the ancient Greeks were able to live beyond 250 by eating high vibration food, and I'm going to go through what some of the high vibration food is, just so people can understand what I'm talking about, and what the low vibration is. I think that would be helpful. High vibration, frequency, mind and thoughts. And Kidd said he's got his beautiful couple of affirmations there, one health, one money. And spirit was very important. They were very spiritual. Every day they were in communion with God. Every day communion with God. God, is there anything else I should do? God, they're very spiritual. So they're the three sort of components, and then sun, Why do I structure it? Because our Palladian brothers and sisters only drink structured water.
I love that thing. And the water tastes so much different.
Different.
I mean, literally, I
Yeah.
filter my water, and then I drink it. And then I filter the same filtered water. I put it in a bottle, and I go and set it on my nanosoma, right?
Yeah, well, it depends. I've got the Soma Betty. That's what the Palladians guided me to.
No, I got it from you.
Oh, okay.
And the Somavedic, and I set it on there for about 15, 20 minutes. I can literally taste the difference. And it's not like, I asked my husband, I said, can you taste the difference? And he goes, no, but it feels a little wetter.
You know why? Because it hydrates the cells. It adds hydration to the cell. Yeah. So purify, because that lifts the vibration. So also when you structure it, lifts the vibrational frequency of the water. Just so people can understand what the hell is Maria talking about structuring. Why it lifts the vibrational frequency. So would you like me to cover maybe some foods that are high vibration and maybe some foods that are not? Where did you want to go, Kidd Candi?
Well,
What would you like us to do?
I think Kidd has reached his limit for the live, and we would love to do this again. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We were planning on doing a weekly show with you anyways, and then Kidd got sick, but now that he's getting better, we should plan that.
So maybe we can go into specifics, for the next show. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We've been going for over an hour as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
My back
I'm
right
so
now is hurting. I've been
sorry. I didn't realize. Yeah.
sitting a little
that's
too long.
perfectly fine. That could be the chapter number 2.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
We're going to have chapters now, everybody.
So how about if we go, and then can I call you?
Yes.
Okay, I'll call you after we're done closing up the show, and I'll get Kidd situated, so maybe about 15, 20 minutes?
Yes, it's fine. I'm
Okay.
here.
Diane, thank you so much for joining us again. It was such a pleasure having you.
So nice to meet Maria. Thank you.
All right, family. Thank you so much for being here. It was an honor to be able to, share our experiences, not just my experience of what I'm going through or Candy's, but what Diane's going through and what Maria's going through and how they have been there as not just a support, but also as a guiding light as well, because it also shows how everybody can stand up in their power. Everybody has a voice. Everybody has choices, and everybody has a will and knows that whatever that you do, you're never on the wrong path. It's just the path that's laid out for you at this time. What we just need to bring is just more balance into our life. And that's what we're basically getting at today, is that we just need balance. Yes, Diane?
I just have to say, both of you are looking quite fabulous. Right?
Yes.
I mean, seriously, Kidd's skin is always glowing, but it's glowing more. Your smile is bigger. And Candi, you are shrinking in your chair.
Yeah, she is.
You're looking good. Your hair is like fuller. You've got like more hair. I know, and growing back the eyebrows is not always fun, especially when yours turn gray. It's just like, damn. You guys look incredible, and I just want to tell you both how much I love you and how much I appreciate you asking me to be here.
We love you.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
So, to give a little bit of a laugh, Candi came down not too long ago, and you know how you said that she's, slimming down in her chair? Well, she comes down the stairs, and she makes that very last step to be on the first floor, and she goes, my boobies just fell out of my bra. And we need to go get new bras. Kid, you want to go to the store with me? Sure, let's go to the store.
They did.
Oh, that's hysterical. That's great.
And what's nice is at this age, we don't give a shit if that happens.
Exactly.
It happened to me at the store too, and I'm just like, well, girls want to go free.
Yeah. They want to be free, baby.
Exactly. Well, we know that all those bras were designed to actually cause breast cancer and all of that. I mean, it's not an accident. Not to mention a lot of the fabrics that we wear are very low vibrational frequency, making
That's
us.
true.
So really, we could take this discussion of keeping our bodies healthy into all sorts of directions, from what we put on our body. This is other things that I evaluate with my clients. What clothes are you putting on your body? Is it natural fibers? Because what people don't realize is a lot of fabrics have low vibrational frequency, and when you put them on your body, guess what? Lowers the vibrational frequency. And it was interesting, I spoke to a professor who was the first woman to actually do studies on the vibrational frequency of fabrics. She's a professor and written many papers, and I actually just reminded me I better contact her, and I'm trying to get her to do a show, and she's going to go through the vibrational frequency. Yeah?
You know her?
Yes.
I have been. She is like the she's like the white elephant. You can't find her. I did a whole entire thing on linen, linen and cotton and wool and all of that. And that whole thing. Oh yes, please.
Yes. Her mother's been sick with cancer, and she's been looking after her, and that's why, for the last year we haven't been able to do anything, and out of respect, but she is the authority on all of that. She was the one that discovered it, and she relates it back to the Bible. Everybody, it's all in the Bible about what we should be wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting. So you see this.
Well, we love you, ladies,
No.
and we'll plan next week as well.
Okay.
Oh, next week we're going on your show, right?
Oh, well, we can do that another time, another
Okay.
day and time. It's up to you guys. Yeah.
All right. We'll talk about it when I call.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
Love
family.
you all.
Thank you so much for being here. We love you,
Thanks,
and
Mods.
we will see you guys soon.
Love you all.
You're probably not going to want to hear this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Always go with the choice that scares you the most, because it's the choice that's going to help you grow.
Wow.
I can't do negative today. Positive vibes, positive vibes.
Hey, best friend. Wait. To the person seeing this, I know you're tired. I know you're fed up and so close to breaking. But remember, you have strength within you even when you feel weak. Keep fighting, best friend.